Hello, everyone. Welcome to our explainer on the totally amazing world of magnets. Today, our super cool guide, Amber the Dragon, is here to help us explore the real magic of magnetism. You know, magnets might look pretty simple on the outside, but they can actually do some incredible things. Let's dive right in and see exactly how they work, how we can make them, and how they power our everyday lives. Have you ever wondered how your refrigerator door stays closed so tightly? Like it just snaps shut, right? Or how a giant maglev train can literally float above its tracks? Well, it all comes down to magnets. They can attract things, they can repel things, and they're seriously everywhere once you start looking. So, to really understand magnets, we first need to learn their basic rules. And the most important rule is this: every single magnet has two poles. You've got a north pole, usually marked with an N, and a south pole, marked with an S. Actually, here's a fun fact for you. If you let a magnet hang freely from a string, it will naturally rest pointing in a north-south direction. Pretty cool, right? Okay, now what happens when two magnets actually meet each other? Well, first, unlike poles attract each other. So a north pole is going to pull right towards a south pole. They just want to stick together. But on the flip side, like poles repel each other. If you push a north pole toward another north pole or a south pole toward another south pole, no way. They will push right away from each other. Now, magnets don't just attract other magnets. They also attract specific everyday materials, but they are super picky. Magnets only attract what we call magnetic materials, like iron and steel. A magnet will easily snatch up an iron nail or a steel paperclip, but it completely ignores non-magnetic stuff. So things like wood, plastic, rubber, and paper, the magnet doesn't even care they're there. All right, here is a really fascinating secret. We can actually make our own magnets. When an object made of iron or steel is turned into a magnet, we say it has been magnetized. Yep, magnetized simply means made into a magnet. Let's say that word together real quick. Magnetized. Okay, let's look at the very first way to do this. We call this the stroke method. It's super simple, but it has one very strict rule. First, you place one pole of a strong magnet at the end of an iron nail. Second, stroke the magnet along the nail. But here is the absolutely crucial part. You must repeat the strokes in the exact same direction every single time. Just lift it up, bring it back to the start, and stroke again. Then you can test it out with some steel clips. Now, what if your new magnet is, just a little bit weak? How can we give it a power boost? Well, it's actually really simple. More strokes equal a stronger magnet. If you stroke that iron nail 20 times, it'll pick up a few steel clips. But if you stroke it 50 times, it becomes a much stronger magnet and can attract even more clips. But stroking a nail isn't the only way to make a magnet. We can also use electricity. And a magnet that's made using electricity is called an electromagnet. This is a very special kind of magnet because, unlike a regular one, we can actually turn it on and off. That little trick makes it incredibly useful in science and technology. Let's build an electromagnet together right now. Step 1. Coil a long piece of wire really tightly around an iron nail. Step 2. Connect the two ends of that wire to a battery. Once that electricity flows through the wire, boom, magic. The ordinary iron nail is now an electromagnet and instantly attracts steel clips. And if you disconnect the battery, the clips will just fall right off. But wait, hold on. Whenever we use electricity, we absolutely must be safe. First, never ever leave your electromagnet connected for too long because that wire can get super hot and burn you. Second, do not touch bare wires with your bare hands. And third, this is a big one, only use small batteries. Never connect your magnet to the electrical sockets in your wall. Okay, so just like we made the stroke magnet stronger, we can make our electromagnets stronger too. And there are two main ways to pull this off. First, you can just increase the number of turns of wire around the nail. A nail with 20 coils will be way stronger than a nail with 10 coils. Second, you could increase the number of batteries. Hooking up 2 batteries instead of just 1 gives the electromagnet way more juice to pick up even more of those steel clips. Now, if we want to test which electromagnet is actually the strongest, we have to conduct what's called a fair test. A fair test is a golden rule in science. Basically, it means we change only one thing, which we call a variable, while keeping absolutely all other variables exactly the same. If we change too many things all at once, we literally won't know what actually caused our magnet to get stronger.
So to plan a fair test, let's say we want to see if adding more batteries makes the magnet stronger. The only variable we change is the number of batteries. Everything else must stay exactly the same. So we use the same type of iron nail, the exact same steel clips, and the same number of wire turns. This way, we know for sure it was the batteries that did the heavy lifting.
So what does this all mean for us? Well, magnets are hidden all around us, making our daily lives so much easier. Remember our question about the refrigerator? There are actually long magnetic strips hidden right inside the edge of the refrigerator door. They attract the steel frame of the fridge to keep the cold air locked safely inside. And those whiteboards in your classroom? They often have steel sheets hidden right behind the writing surface, which is exactly why your magnets stick to them so easily.
Magnets can also be total heavy lifters. Over in metal scrapyards, giant cranes are fitted with really powerful electromagnets. The operator turns the electromagnet on to pick up super heavy iron and steel trash, moves it over to a pile, and then simply turns the electricity off to drop it. But on a much smaller scale, you might even have magnetic doorstops at home or in school. Just a little magnet firmly holding the door open, preventing it from slamming shut in the wind. Believe it or not, magnets even save lives. In hospitals, doctors use incredible machines called MRI scanners. MRI actually stands for magnetic resonance imaging. These machines are massive, super powerful magnets shaped like a giant tunnel. When a patient slides inside, the magnet helps produce highly detailed pictures of the inside of their body. It's a completely safe and painless way for doctors to figure out what's going on. Okay, here is probably the coolest use of magnets of all. Maglev trains. Maglev is short for magnetic levitation. These trains have super powerful magnets on the bottom and more magnets all along the tracks. By facing like poles toward each other, remember the magnets repel. This literally pushes the entire train up, allowing it to float in the air and travel at insanely high speeds. No wheels needed. All this incredible technology started with some seriously curious scientists from the past. Take Michael Faraday, for example. He was an English scientist completely fascinated by the deep connection between magnetism and electricity. His experiments were so brilliant that he constructed the very first electric motor. And today, electric motors based on his amazing discoveries are used in washing machines, fans, and just countless other appliances.
Wow, we have learned so much today. Magnets attract iron and steel, unlike poles attract, like poles repel, and we can even make our own magnets using the stroke method or electricity. So I have one final question for you. Now that you understand all the hidden secrets of magnets, where will you spot one next? Keep your eyes open and keep exploring. See you next time.